Hello, everybody. I'm Cherish.
And I'm Joy.
And we're
Tusicles Musicals.
And we just got back from...
Oh, sorry, I wasn't ready. Ohio State Murders.
Somebody predicted that we were going to see... This will be our first show of the new year, and they were right.
Queen Audra.
Yeah, we couldn't let we realized we could get tickets through like Lakes Tix, which you have to be 35 and under to sign up for it, and basically tickets usually $40,
$32.
$30. Oh, were they? Oh yeah, they might have been even better. So. I think we would have seen it regardless, but just the fact that we were able to use our Link Sticks, because it's criminally underused. Like we don't use it enough. Yeah, we don't use it the way that we as much as we probably should. I feel like we had started using it, and then the pandemic happened, and then we just kind of have it.
Also depends on what's playing.
That's true.
We're not interested. We're not gonna spend the money.
That's true. So. We saw Ohio State Murders. We went in basically blind. We did see. I've seen Audra talking about it like a few times. Well, and about not necessarily about the material of the show, but like Adrienne Kennedy herself. And it's actually quite fascinating. This woman is like probably in her 80s, 90s or something like that.
I think she's in her 90s.
Yeah, and I think the show was first published in like the 90s, like the early 90s. Might even been before we were born. Or it might have been the year we were born.
Maybe.
And then and she's had other works, other plays published, but
this is her first time on Broadway, being published on Broadway. Think about it. That's crazy. How many shows has August Wilson been on Broadway?
I know.
Things like that.
Yeah.
We've seen so many Lorraine Hansberry's The Raisin and the Sun being produced, and never really heard much of Adrienne Kennedy, at least me. I'm sure there are people who are much more familiar with her work, but yeah.
This was a great introduction to her work. Actually, I'm
gonna find some.
I think I'm gonna get the book.
We should go to the drama shop.
Yeah,
see if they have some stuff for her.
Yeah, because this was something, and then having Audra in it is just like.
But wait, the best part is the previously named Court Theater is now the James Earl Jones Theater. So it's just a new theater for us too, which is it reminds me of the Barrymore in terms of
like the size of it.
The size and how it looks when you come in, like the barricade up on the back.
I get what you mean,
but it's a very beautiful theater, and it's nice. It's
clearly
updated.
Updated.
It's renovated. It's more on the before you get to 7th Ave Broadway side, so it's more closer to Radio City than the other theaters. It's a little bit further removed than the other theaters, which I also think plays a part in that too. But yeah, so great show to be introduced to, great theater to be introduced to.
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. I will say, I feel like we were a little far, so we sat orchestra left in row M, I believe. And
it goes to row P, right?
Yes. So we were maybe 3 rows from the last row, and we were on the aisle, but not closer to the aisle, the end of the aisle, not center aisle. And the theater is quite small, but it does have boxes, and the boxes kind of hang a little low, so that kind of took a little bit of the stage for me. Luckily, this is a small has a small cast, and the way the stage is set up, I don't miss any people You know what I mean? Like I don't miss people, but
nothing moves in and out. Everything is there.
Everything's static. It was a nice. I don't know. Do you want to talk about like the show itself, or let's like the set go more into detail?
Well, I like to talk about what they played before the show started.
Oh, right.
So when you come in, you hear the voice of Adrienne Kennedy talking, and it's an interview. She's talking about, traveling, talking about being a playwright, talking about, just her life, basically. And, the context is kind of, like, a little lost, because it's obviously snippets of, like, an interview that she's done. But it's nice to hear, like, a playwright's voice.
Right. I feel like they're kind of mysterious.
Yeah, playwrights are pretty mysterious. So it's nice to see her voice, to hear her voice, as you wait. And they're just playing it, with people talking and things like that. And, I thought that was different. And, they normally at plays, they don't play anything, really.
Maybe you get some, like, ambient, like.
Maybe you get some music.
Yeah.
Maybe, if you do. But, so this was different. So I appreciate it. One thing to note is the show is run with no intermission. It's 75 minutes long, and if you're in the orchestra and you need to use the bathroom, you won't be seated back in the orchestra if you want to come back. That's what the lady told us. I didn't hear her tell anyone else that, but she told that to us. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting, especially since we were on that aisle and we could easily just pop back in without interrupting anybody. But yeah, so if anyone was interested, just go to the bathroom before the show.
Yeah, otherwise you'll be upstairs
for the remainder of the show.
So do they have seats reserved for like bathroom users like up there? Because like what if it's a full house? Then where do you go?
I don't know. But should we talk about set?
Sure.
So the set is, I guess, supposed to be a library, a bookstore. They have like suspended. It looks like Matilda the musical a little bit. Kind of how like the bookcases are kind of suspended, like in the air, and they're like different angles, and they have like old looking like books, on it. Like nothing comes
like
out.
a university library.
Yeah, university library. Nobody takes any books out. They're just there just to see. Part of the stage, there's a curtain, I guess, in the back, and I'm not sure what exactly. Like, I would like to know what that is. The part that looks like, the part of the stage that does this in the back. It was part of the curtain. It went wider in the beginning before the snow.
Oh,
it looked like that wood piece. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it looked like roots to me a little bit.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's what it looked like to me.
I thought it was a bit odd because I couldn't. Yeah. Because you can see it. The stage is open when you come in, so you can see, what you're meant to see. And I was just like, I don't know what that is. I couldn't tell what it was. And I didn't know if it had anything to do with the plot or anything. It didn't. I guess it was just
maybe it was more like
Beowulf. What was going on, Beowulf?
Like metaphor.
Let me know, Beowulf. What that was.
More symbolic
of
than
what,
anything.
though? What was it?
Oh, I don't know. That's all I would like to get the book so I can.
Let's talk to Beowulf, because Beowulf did the set design.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what that was. But I do love that it snowed the whole time. In the back, they had, like, a snow curtain. That continuously, like...
Or was that the screen? Was it the projection? Was some of it projection?
No, because I think it stayed on even with the projection.
Oh.
I think there was projections used throughout the show. Nothing too crazy.
At the end, they used it to show Adrienne Kennedy. So that was nice. Like during their bows.
Yeah. So, yeah, the set was pretty basic. It wasn't like mind-blowingly like amazing. Like, I'm not running back to see the show for the set. Or like, ooh, like you missed something with the set and anything. Right. Like, no, it was just pretty basic. But But I think that was the tone of the show, though. Like, the piece speaks for itself, mostly. So, you want to talk about the show next?
Sure. I will say I would. I don't think we will, but I would see it again. Basically because of Audra, who plays
Suzanne. Sue.
Yeah, I know they call her like Sue. Who, when we meet her, it's like the '90s, and she's like giving this like lecture, like speech basically on her. She plays a writer herself, and a speech and based off of her writing, and I think like the question was something about like where does the violence come from, like in her writing basically, and she's like, well, since you ask, and then we get transported back in time, probably like 40 or so years ago, and when she's a college student, a college freshman attending Ohio State, university. It's kind of it's not linear. So Audra goes in and out of the present and like the past, like in the same moment basically, and she does this by changing like her voice. So like sometimes she'll be like recalling. It's almost like a one woman play kind of, but there are other people there. Like if you remove those people, it could easily be like a one woman play. Because she could play everybody. I feel like. Like if she I could see someone doing that, like just making her be everybody. But where was I going with that? Oh, she's a college student. Right. So we go back in time and we find out that she has an I don't know if affair is the right word, but a relationship with can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who has a relationship that's goes against so many like different like moral that breaks a lot of rules of the time. I'll say that for multiple different reasons.
The late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, and she ends up pregnant, and she ends up losing.
Her twins.
Yes.
One at a time.
Yes, basically. And so it's also it's also like a mystery, because we end up like following along to figure out like, well, how did that happen? Well, how did this happen? Like, why did that happen? And stuff like that. And it's all told to us. I don't want to say it because I feel like it will ruin.
That will ruin it. Yeah.
It will ruin the plot. There is a small cast. And some of it is double cast, like like there's a male character who's double cast, and there's like a woman character who's double cast, and yeah, Bryce Pinkham is in it, and I will say it is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bryce Pinkham. He did I Decided to Marry You. Yeah.
A Gentleman's Guide.
And Holiday Inn. So he plays these like kind of like goofy like characters, and his character in the show is like the complete opposite of goofy. I mean, his actions are goofy, but he's not goofy himself. And but
yeah, never seen him that way, and it left like a bitter taste in our mouths, which means he did his job.
Yeah,
because I was like really mad at him. I was like, how did they like? I didn't like Bryce after that. Yeah. Like I had a problem with him, and I could tell like they kind of thought of that like at curtain call, because when he comes out, like Audra like holds his hand and like gives him like a big smile, so like everyone kind of like softens to him too, because like by the end of it, you're like, this guy here.
But so we did we've kind of been slacking on these, but we did do them. So my standout moments of the show, I put like the ending with all the snow. It just kind of like blizzards on the end of Audra and she disappears. Don't know, like it was magic. And so that was a standout moment for me. and also how the babies were like interpreted on the stage. Like that was pretty cool. They don't use dolls; they use blankets.
Not even it's like a fabric. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What? Are those? Yeah. You're right. Okay. Yes. Were they scarves or something?
Yeah. Like very like silky. It's a very silky like fabric they use as the babies.
Yeah.
And I thought that was clever actually.
Yeah. I felt like a special like when I found out that Audra's character had like twin girls join. I was like, aw. Like, yeah. What'd you put?
I put the way like how she lost the babies, like how they showed that on stage. Goodness. It's kind of like it happens really fast, and you're like, oh, like that hurt.
Yeah.
Like whoa, like it's so simple, very simple.
Right.
It's nothing like incredibly like mind blowing. It's just like wow.
Yeah.
Like that happens and you just have to take that in.
Yeah.
And I also put like standout moments was like when Audra's talking and the other characters are just silent.
Yeah. Right?
But they're in the scene.
Yeah. Cuz it's almost like really like like they really are memories right now. Like they're not.
It's giving Folly Girls from Follies how they just kind of come across the stage.
Yeah. Iris Ann especially was good for that. She was always, I feel like, fleeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, speaking of Iris Ann, she's played by, I think her name is Abigail Spencer, I think. And I put her as a standout performance.
Me
because
too.
she doesn't say anything, yet she says everything, and she plays the violin.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what? She plays the violin? And I also said Bryce because he made me hate him, and I didn't think that was possible. We were literally sitting there before the show started singing "Be Careful, It's My Heart." We were like, yeah, you're gonna see Bryce, like, and I did not know where his character, because we went in blind, like, I don't know what it was, like, how, like, what his character was gonna be, so I was just like, and then Audra, I mean,
Audra too.
I mean, it's Audra, I mean, do you know how hard it is to go through different times in the same outfit?
Like,
you know how most shows, when they change times, you put a hat on.
Yeah.
You put on a scarf. You take off a jacket.
Yeah.
Literally, she's wearing the same outfit. And I'm literally following along in, like, non-linear structured time. And I'm not lost.
Yeah.
Because it's Audra McDonald.
And she's, like, changing her voice.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, she's so good.
She is good.
Like, it's scary how... Like, it should be illegal being able to sing as well as she does, but also act as well as she does. Like, Audra could just be an actress if she wanted to.
If she wanted to.
And if she wanted to, she could just be a singer.
Imagine, I can see her getting a Tony for this, and she'll be like 9-time Tony Award winner Audra McDonald, and she'll get it for a freaking play.
Yeah. I will say, though, I did kind of... She does cry, is Audra. She's very good at crying. But I will say... I thought she might. I thought it might be snot. Yeah, I expected when we found out like certain events that happened. I expected like a blood curdling scream. I expected like heavy tears.
Yeah.
But the way Audra plays this performance, it's just like, whoa! Like she does it very quietly. After we seen her in Frankie and Johnny, so Audra can act.
Right. We can't catch Audra in the musical set.
Clearly not.
But yeah.
I
put my special memories. I put like the interview and recordings of Adrian Kennedy, and that was my special memories.
I think
the show is closing on the 15th. There's about a week, a little over a week left to see it.
Why so soon?
I don't know why so soon. I couldn't find like a source about why, just that it was closing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It just opened, I felt like.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to say we felt like Audra was kind of flubbing her lines a bit. I mean, she's really good, so she can turn it into like an acting moment, like a stuttering moment. Like you go, oh wait, did she mean to do that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm still invested. But I think Audra was kind of distracted by the audience because when I tell you everyone was coughing, like, okay, like, masks are optional. okay,
Right.
I've accepted that. But if you're gonna cough the whole show, maybe put on a mask.
Yeah.
Or, it's wintertime. I think maybe I would think in wintertime maybe you might put on a mask because everyone's feeling extra icky in the wintertime. I mean, just and like loud coughing, like it's a play and it's silent.
Like I feel like really kind of distracting.
It's very distracting.
Like I feel like maybe you can see like the actors being like
very hyper aware because it's a very silent show.
Yes.
Because it's a play.
Yeah.
And with one person on the stage just talking, you can hear everything, and I just like people are like hacking like their lungs up, and I'm just like, oh man, we gotta do something about that, and also protect the actors.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they can't wear masks.
Yeah, they can't wear masks. They're really risking their lives for our entertainment, and so I think it's important to wear masks still in the theater, especially if you're clearly coughing because you're sick. Like, oh my goodness. I was like, it was like the whole show, like, and I hate to be like that person, but like, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. But, you show them stuff?
Yeah. We get to merch. They do have hoodies and t-shirts, which is so interesting to me that plays now have like t-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah. Because
it used to didn't be that way, but we simply got, of course, naturally a window card. Can we see that? Can we see that? Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it?
Lower it.
Lower it. Lower it. Look at this beautiful window card. We don't have any gray window cards.
We might.
This will be our first.
We don't?
Look, we have 2 Audra ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man. So we got a window card with Audra. And we also got a magnet that says Ohio State Murders. I do want to get the hoodies, though. But I'm trying to do better this year. We have so many shirts and stuff. So many. Our closet can't handle it. It cannot.
Oh, excuse me. I thought you ordered on the video.
Sorry. But we had such a good time. Like,
I'm so glad we took the chance because it was not really like planned per se. It was kind of just like we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Like I said, like my recent like injury and just, I don't know. And I felt like it was okay. It was just short enough. Like for me, like to not be like, so anyway, I'm glad we took the chance.
Yeah.
I'm glad we saw Audra. It's always nice to see Audra. That lady, man.
Yeah. If you can, please go see Ohio State Murders. You won't regret it. It's a good time. Who done it?
Yeah, when we left, we just kept hearing people talking about how good it was, and I was like, yeah, okay.
It's so good that everyone was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like, no one's like, wow, everyone's just kind of taking it all in. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.